Hey Gemini, I'm the Tarot Card Lady, and I'm gonna do some readings. I usually like just to do whatever comes out, but usually what comes out is a lot of love, and then maybe read it might switch over to work or friends or whatever. I've been getting the Four of Swords in a lot of people's reads today. We're gonna keep this. Strength. Ten of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. The Magician. Not exactly getting love yet, but let's see. Why the Four of Swords when you're actively working towards? Because you're researching something? What? Just hold on. That doesn't sound right. You're trying to find a new situation after a shitty situation. You had a little bit of a shitty situation. Could be a Leo. I think I said that. But with the King of Wands here, it's just Gemini, you're leaving, you were going in a bad situation, and then now you're like pulling yourself out of it, and you're saying, forget that happened. I am like feeling better about myself, and I'm off to make shit happen in my life. What's the Strength? Five of Cups. Yeah, it took, yeah, see, I knew the Page of Swords was going to come out. It came out, and I remember I was just like, I'm just going to stick it back in. I think you had to get over the past of whatever you had to walk away from, and I think it did require you strength, or you saw a Leo and you were like, damn, look at that, you know? Tell me, you're going to find, okay. Ten of Pentacles. If it's work, well, look, I have Eight of Pentacles. If it's work related, it's an opportunity that I'm gonna see somebody's gonna see you as a new opportunity. I don't know if they're gonna be your type though, especially with the Four of Cups. You might be like, or they might have a lot of great qualities, but they're lacking one of them, and you're kind of like, damn. The Empress, they really do admire you. They really do. Even if it's an employee or employer, they see that you have potential, and they're like, oh damn, they're really cool. Like they actually can make things work. They're a little rough around the edges, but something that we can't work on. The thing that I want to look into is the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is a card of stagnation, and somebody is definitely, what? Oh, okay. Well, okay, yeah, it's going to take a while, because I think that's more you, though. I think that's more you with the Four of Swords and the healing. Why the situation is going to take a while. Maybe you're not going out enough. Maybe you're not, fuck, what's the word? Celebrating the small wins, and you're noticing a lot of the not so bright wins. Or it could be you dealing with some family situation, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be love. It could be just some family situation that you're like, got to deal with, and then now you're like, oh, okay, I'm done dealing with it. I mean, it could have been that somebody like passed away, you know what I mean? And now you're like, okay, starting to feel a little bit better. The Strength, look, we saw the Strength. Trying to pop your little head in here twice. Anything else with the Knight of Pentacles? Is this not stability? Is this a timing? For some of you, you've got out of your Four of Swords into your Magician phase, where Barbie is feeling herself, right? She's like, damn, even my shadow looks good. And I don't know if once this situation approaches itself, I don't know if you're going to be like running towards it. I mean, you will to an extent, but I don't see you going like, oh my God. You might be like, well, hold on, I'm off dating people, so, or I'm off, if it's a job, it's like, well, let me think about it. And then you're like really kind of taking your time thinking about it while the other person's like tapping their foot, like, are you gonna answer? Four of Cups again. Maybe they're not your type. Do they know do they know that? Because you are actually going like, really? You picked this one out for me? Why? Why this one of all of them? Be careful what you think about. Be careful what you wish for. Because I think what you're wishing for, you're getting. Even in a joking manner. Even if you're thinking about something in a joking manner, you're gonna get it. You know? Like if you're like thinking, oh man, I wish I was with a mechanic, and then lo and behold, you're with a mechanic, and you're like, yeah, I didn't mean a mechanic with a plumber's butt. You know what I mean? With a butt crack hanging out. And I was thinking about a mechanic like Magic Mike mechanic, and like, you got me a mechanic. Yeah, because I kept joking around saying, the next person I'm going to date is a mechanic. I think that's kind of where this energy is coming from, where you're like, oh shit. So just be careful how you're thinking. That's all. That's all. And that's the hesitation and the procrastination and all of that. This person is looking at you and you're just kind of like, yeah, I'm feeling super fucking cute because I did some healing over some whatever that was going on. And now I'm in my magician phase and I'm hot stuff. And they're just like, I'm trying to get with that. And I'm trying to get that off the apps. Any last Gemini? Anything else for Gemini? We got the Leo card twice. It could be, I don't know why I'm getting this. Somebody, one of your friends introducing you to this person because they know they're a good person. Be careful nobody is looking back at their past, regretting a situation that they walked away from. Like they're walking away, they're moving on, maybe that's you, but they're still got their eye like, yeah, but they're not like Sam, you know? Like, yeah, but Sam did this and Sam did that, and they're not like Sam. Well, Sam would have done this. Like, I feel like it's not so much comparing, it's more of looking back at the past and not being over it. Just pay attention to that stuff, right? That's all. I don't really think it's going to get in the way. I just, you know, because obviously whoever it is thinking Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, a Magician twice. Look at that. Somebody sees you for what you're showing and they're like, yeah, I want some of that. It could be your skills at work. Like, damn, they really know how to make an info chart or infographic chart like a motherfucker. Like, oh, you know, I don't know. Anything else? I'm gonna count to 3. Okay. 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 Oh my God, why are you stalking, dude? To get you out of into this, from the Four of Wands to the Magician, try to find your way into the King of Wands energy where you're very fiery, you're not sulking, you're very spur of the moment, you're not just sitting at home playing with your balls like, or video games, you're like actively out experiencing life to the fullest. That's what's going to pull you out of the Four of Swords, which is a card of, I'm going to just hang out with my family because I have so much anxiety, and they're going to understand when I just like get up and walk away from the table or act like I'm just got, you know, some issue where I'm like fuck you, and then like get up. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna understand you. So you're kind of like trying to be with your people because you need some healing happening. Like you want to be able to just, hey, like they're just understanding. That's why you want to be with them. You want to be with the animals, with the nature, because it's understanding you and it's not giving you the pressure like you would feel at a counter, you know what I mean, in front of people where they're looking at you. You feel very comforted here. And what's going to pull you out of that into the magician phase is whatever I just said, because I fucking forgot. Getting into this King of Wands energy, where you're like, yeah, I've never had pistachio ice cream. Give me pistachio ice cream. I've never jumped from, I don't know, whatever. I never skipped a whole block. I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Just try to find, look up the King of Wands and whatever they are. Like, well, let's see. Just look it up, King of Wands. And whatever it is that you're focusing on for work is going to bring you attention also. All right, I hope that helped.